Gentlemen, the new Uzi machine pistol. Big firepower in a small package. This little baby uses 9mm hull points, 25 round extendable mags, rear flip adjustable sights. Silencer comes standard. Excellent recoil reduction. Muzzle jump reduced 40%, 60% improved noise suppression. You could pump a mag into me right now and never wake the guy in the next room. Of course, that would eliminate your opportunity for repeat business.
There are few weapons more instantly recognizable than the Uzi submachine gun. This little gun is not without its fair share of controversy, and even its name has a story behind it. But even the most devout Uzi fans may be surprised by these facts you might not know about the IMI Uzi. Without further ado, let's take a look at the most insane facts you never knew about the Uzi. In 1952, an Israeli of German descent, Lieutenant Uzi Gal, patented a new machine gun design. The gun was short and compact, with a metal stock that folded up above the upper receiver. It took a 25 or 32 round magazine that was inserted vertically into the pistol grip. It utilized a simple blowback design, firing either semi-automatic or automatic at a relatively slow rate of 600 rounds a minute. It had a simple sight, protected in both the front and the rear from being dented or bashed. The gun even had 3 safety mechanisms: a manual lever safety, a grip safety, not unlike the one built into the 1911 pistols, and a bolt safety. The gun was named Uzi, after the creator. It was designed to be a simple, inexpensive weapon that would overcome the logistical problems of a ragtag army turning professional. In doing so, it became a commercial success, exported far and wide, and a legend among post-war small arms. There were a number of advantages to the Uzi that made it an effective submachine gun. Firstly, it used stamped parts, making it easy and inexpensive to mass produce, an important feature for a poor country without a lot of industry. Second, the placement of the magazine in the middle of the weapon made it well balanced, much like a pistol. The safety mechanisms made it easier to train and entrust to conscripts and recruits without much military training. Finally, the ability to spray 9mm parabellum rounds at 600 rounds a minute gave the user the ability to put out a large volume of suppressive fire. Contrary to popular belief, the Uzi was not the standard weapon of Israeli infantry. The weapon's short range is useful in built-up urban areas, but much less useful in open rolling terrain, where a full-sized battle rifle would be much more useful. The bulk of the IDF carried the Belgian FN-FAL rifle. While its short range and lack of long-range accuracy made it a poor choice for line and file infantry, the Uzi immediately found a home among segments of the IDF which faced more specialized fighting conditions. Its well-balanced design, lightweight, small size, and ferocious volume of fire was perfect for Israeli special forces, who often found themselves fighting in close quarters. Israeli paratroopers also adopted the Uzi, thanks to its low weight and small size. Similarly, tank and armored vehicle crews were issued Uzis, as, if their vehicles were ever disabled and they were forced to fight outside of them, odds were strong that they were already in very close combat with the enemy. The Uzi would almost immediately help Israel. The IDF placed its first orders for the Uzi in 1954. The submachine gun's baptism by fire occurred in 1956, when Israeli paratroopers of Unit 202 seized the Mitla Pass in the Sinai Peninsula. The paratroopers cleared out Sudanese and Egyptian forces from in and around the pass in support of a larger offensive to take the Sinai, and the compact, high-firepower Uzi proved useful in clearing Egyptian troops out of nearby caves. During the 1956 war, the Uzi was used in the Sinai Desert, once against Egyptians, in the streets and alleys of the West Bank against Jordanian troops, and in the Golan Heights against Syrians. The proliferation of AK pattern weapons on the Arab side of the equation, particularly the AKM, set the Uzi on a path to disfavor. The Uzi delivered a pistol-caliber round, a maximum of 200 yards, while the AKM could fire an assault rifle-caliber round with reasonable accuracy 3 times as far. That meant that at ranges beyond 2 football fields, Arab troops could easily achieve fire superiority over their Israeli rivals armed with a mixture of Uzis and FALs. Uzis would continue to serve with Israeli Special Forces units, but IDF infantry were often issued M16s and later, locally designed and produced Galil assault rifles instead. Outside of Israel, the Uzi proliferated widely, contributing to its global image. Countries as diverse as Japan, Germany, Belgium, Peru, and Brazil all used the Uzi in their armed forces, as well as producing it under license. The Uzi wormed its way into a variety of third world conflicts, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa, was active in anti-revolutionary conflicts in Central and South America, and became an object of desire in the United States among criminal gangs. The proliferation of Uzis and similar firearms throughout the criminal networks of the United States quickly led to the American police forces being woefully outmatched by criminal firepower. This led to the upgrading of many American police's service weapons, many of which were still using revolvers. As a crime wave overtook the United States, fueled in part by the Uzi, American police departments began to set up specialized heavy armed squads to deal with the worst of the worst violent criminals, birthing modern SWAT forces. If you're an American gun collector, it's not just illegal to possess a fully auto Uzi, but difficult to even find an authentic fully auto Uzi. In 1968, the sale of fully automatic Uzis was made illegal with the 1968 Gun Control Act, a desperate measure to curb rising gun violence. This makes Uzis imported before 1968 extremely rare and valuable for gun collectors. The Uzi was a textbook example of a simple project successfully completed by a nascent arms industry. A well-designed, reliable submachine gun made of stamped parts, it was simple to build and had universal appeal. Although mostly out of service, the Uzi's profile will be recognizable for decades to come.